What is up, guys? It is Bucky, and welcome to your 25th Java tutorial, intermediate Java tutorial. And in this tutorial, we are finally going to be finishing, hopefully, if I don't get up on another topic and run out of time. But my plan for this tutorial is to finally finish up our program of sliding a slider and changing the size of an oval. So in the last tutorial, what we did is we built that little thing called a slider on the screen. So right now it's just chilling there. We can slide it back and forth. It has tick marks on it. It looks nice, but it doesn't really have any functionality. So in order to have functionality and actually make it do something useful, we need to add a listener to it. Now what a listener is it's a little tiny program that sits on your slider, and I don't mean like sits on it like you can see it, but it's built into your slider, so when you actually slide it and move it, it actually says, alright, I'm supposed to be doing something, in the case of our program, changing the diameter of our circle. So in order to do that, what we need to do is every object has a different type of listener, and every object has a different type of event that registers. This one is state changed. So, and enough of me talking. Let's just go ahead and start typing. In order to add a listener for a slider, you put add change listener, and this is the type of listener that you use. Now go ahead and put a colon after that, and this argument is going to take a whole bunch of crap in this. So go ahead and give yourself some room, and that's probably enough right here. So inside your argument for your listener, go ahead and write new change listener. Let me make sure I spell that right. Close enough. And now what this is this a method that's going to take stuff in here as well. So you actually have to type in a bunch of stuff before you even get to the actual coding. So inside your change listener, this means when something changed, what do you want to do? Well, we need one more method in here. Public void state change. And this is a built-in method in Java. So if you're saying, alright, when are we going to be building this? We aren't going to. It's already built for us. So the parameter is change event, and just name it E. Now what E is it's an event. How can I put this? Anytime you change your slider, and by change I mean move, an event occurs. And anytime an event occurs, a piece of code is going to run. And if you're saying, alright, what piece of code is going to run? Well, whatever we type in here. So we already set this program up perfectly to say, alright, whenever we change our slider, we want you to get whatever value that slider is at currently, and we want you to pass it in for its new diameter. And if this diameter is valid, then we want you to change the circle to that size of the diameter. So we already set up every method. We just have to call them. Just put my panel dot set d, and remember set d. Let me try to find it. What set d does is it's going to change the diameter and repaint the circle. So if you're saying, alright, so what value are we going to pass it in? Well, the value we're going to pass it in is slider dot get value. And what this is going to do is it's going to look on your slider, and according to where you slid the little slider, what value that it's sitting at currently, it's going to pass that value in to set diameter, and that is what it's going to paint on your screen. So if you're confused, then just look at it for like 2 seconds. So pretty much we get value from the slider, we pass it in to set D, and it paints on screen. Simple enough. So now what we need to do is make sure we have our brackets, and outside of your call to add change listener, but inside your constructor, once you're done doing everything, we now need to add everything to the window. So we built a bunch of stuff or programmed it. Now we actually need to put it on the window just for looks. And I'm going to be putting in, of course, in order to do that, you just use the add method. So just put add, and it takes 2 parameters. Add slider first and border layout south. And let me just copy that because I'm lazy. Don't want to have to type anything. Copy paste. So we added the slider. Now we want to add my panel, which is pretty much the background and the circle. So now with those three things, we added everything, and we want this to appear in the center. So now that we added the slider at the bottom, which is south, and the panel, which consists of the circle in the background in the center, we're ready to go to our main window, call everything, get it set up. So just go to your main class, and by main class I mean whatever class has your main method, and you first need to create a window object. So the window, I'll name mine W, set equal to new the window, and remember this didn't take any arguments in the constructor. So now what we need to do is set, now that we have a window object, we can take care of some necessary things. W.set default close operation, and you definitely need to do this. J frame dot exit on close. There we go. And you need to do this because if you don't have this, whenever you try to exit your program and click X, it won't exit unless you have this. Why they set that up this way too, I'm not sure. Talk to someone else, not me. So now that we have that, we can set a size for our window. So put w.set size, and this is pretty much all preference, completely up to you. I'm going to set mine, let's see, 230 by 280. That should fit nicely. I want to make sure it fits in this little tutorial box, but if you guys are just building this on your own, you might want it bigger. Might not, I don't know. And the last thing we need to do is make sure the window is visible. So w.set visible, and you pass it in a boolean, and we want it true. So this pretty much just makes sure the window pops up on your screen. If you set visible to false, then it would just be hidden somewhere, aka totally worthless. So let's go ahead and run this and see if we didn't get any errors, which we probably did. Nope. And look at our beautiful program that we just built. As you see, by default it starts out at 10, and we have tick marks every 10 from 0 to 100. And when we slide it, our circle goes from 0 to 200 in diameter, and it can't go less than 200, or excuse me, can't go more than 200, can't go less than 0. So that is an amazing program. Look at the beauty of it. I think I'm gonna take this source code, mail it off to Microsoft, and see if they'll accept me as their lead programming manager for building circles. You guys can do whatever you want, but that's what I'm gonna do. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, and I don't know what I'm going to be teaching next, but it's going to be awesome. So one last time, thank you, and I'll see you next time.